The drummer's doing the drum roll.
Yeah. We're live on YouTube for the Main Event Boxing Talk podcast. Hello, Spencer.
Okay, it's started about 10.
Hello, Spencer. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Nathan.
What's going on, Nathan?
You good?
Alrighty, yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. Right, let's kick things. Spence versus Crawford officially set. Both fighters have made weight. Spence was 147 pounds exactly, and Crawford was 146.8 pounds officially. So
what's the?
Yeah, he was 146. Crawford was 146.8 pounds, and Spence was 147 pounds.
Okay.
Did on the limit.
Well, they both look great in shape. I think Crawford looks a little better, but it's going to be a great fight. And, you know, even though we're picking Crawford, you really can't count Spence out. I mean, if he makes a mistake and gets time, yeah. But Spence could give Crawford hell for a while trying to get inside. So it's going to be a wonderful fight.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I want to hear your opinion, Spencer, before you go to.
Yeah, well, I believe it's a hard thing because Spence is relentless. He's gonna keep coming and coming and coming. I don't know that Bud has faced anybody that's going to be giving him that much pressure as he did. So, but again, Bud has more tools in his box than Spence, and that's the reason why I'm giving him the nod over Errol. I think it's going to be a very good.
I don't know what happened there. Can you hear me? Yeah.
And I hit the button off, so my bad, y'all. I was getting out the car, parking the car, and I clicked the button.
Anyway, carry on what you were saying.
I was saying that I think Crawford got more tools than Spence. But Spence is relentless. He's going to keep coming forward. So it's going to be a fight. I think it's going to be a split decision, though. I think it's going to be a very close fight. It's not going to be like, you got to wait to hear what the judges say.
I think the yardstick we got to look at here is when he fought Kell Brook. Kell was bigger, like Spence was bigger. Kell boxed well, but he wasn't a southpaw. But he was able to keep him off, keep him off until he got caught. So Spence is a southpaw. He's got a very good uppercut and good timing and a good jab. So I think Crawford has his work cut out for him. I think, though, he'll get inside and start working. Crawford can't give up 3 or 4 rounds at the beginning, or else he's going to fall behind if it goes to a decision. He's got to get inside fast and start body punching and setting traps. And he's going to set traps. And I don't know if he's going to come out orthodox or southpaw. What do you guys think?
I think Crawford will come out orthodox. He'll just do what he normally does. For about 2 rounds, he'll scope him out. Then he'll go for the body and he'll just start boxing. I think Spencer's going to have to get close to do anything effective to him. And Crawford's not going to give him that chance. I think he'll keep it at distance, keep it on the outside. That's the only way he can effectively really beat Spence. He has to keep it out away from the inside. He has to keep it on the outside. He gets on the inside, he's going to get hurt. So he's got to be careful.
Yeah, that's the thing. Will Spence let him stay on the outside though?
Probably not. But he's going to have to use his movement to win this fight. You can't fight someone like Spence and not use your movement. You have to use your movement.
But yeah, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing that he can fight from both sides. Like he's a righty and a lefty. He's just as effective from both sides. He could fight on the back foot. Again, like I was saying earlier, he starts kind of late though, like maybe the third or fourth round. That's when he really starts to pick it up, and you can't really do that with. You shouldn't do that with Spence. He should come out from the first round, and not give any rounds away to Spence, trying to figure it out to see what he's doing.
If this fight had happened 3 years ago, I would have picked Spence to win. If this fight was 3 or 4 years ago, to be honest.
And look at what happened with yeah, and plus he had an eye problem, but I think he had a detached retina and he got over that too. But Ugas was able to get to him, and Ugas is not as good as Bud, but Ugas clocked him and hurt him, and I think he knocked his fake teeth out in that fight.
Well, he knocked his mouthpiece out for sure. His mouthpiece came out for sure because he went looking for it or something. Like he went turning around looking for it.
But he also buckled, So we'll have to see. I think if Spence can just keep him outside, he could win a decision. But Crawford is going to have to be extra busy, have higher activity, in this fight. And I think eventually he could wear him down.
Whoever gets hurt first, whoever opponent hurts their opponent first, they have to finish it. You can't have someone like Spencer and they're not finished. If you get him hurt, you have to finish him off. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night,
Yeah. And once Spence rehydrates, he's going to be a lot thicker. We'll see how it goes. I mean, Spence should have went up to 154 a while ago.
Yeah.
Is there any? Yeah, but he stayed around for this particular fight because he wanted. He kind of promised everybody that he was going to fight Bud before he moved up. So, hopefully, is there any truth to the? I heard some rumors that Bud had trouble making weight. He had to get on the scale twice or something.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, that might have just been some people talking crap.
Bud looked beautiful. I mean, his body looks tremendous. He's cut. They're both in great shape. Both of them are in great shape. They both want this. They both want to be, undisputed.
The man. Yeah. And I hope this is a good fight because they set up for a rematch supposed to be. So I hope it's a good enough fight that we want the rematch.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Because not every fight that has a rematch set up is warranting a rematch.
Is anybody near the list? Because
that's right. But it's a shame that Spence had that adversity. But don't forget, Bud got shot in the head once. Bud got shot in the head.
Yeah.
You remember that? So there it is. So if you want to compare apples and oranges, they both been hurt.
Have any of you guys got a list in front of you?
Yeah. Haney is going to fight Regis. That's next. Because the first thing is Bud and Spence.
Yeah.
That's next on the list.
Yes,
Regis and
yes.
That should be a good one. Yeah. But it's weird because he wants to keep the lightweight belt while he goes up to fight.
You can't.
Well, he has all of them, so I guess he wants the glory for as long as he can. But hopefully when he moves up, he's going to have more power. If he feels comfortable in that way. But Prograis isn't as fast, and Haney's going to move, but Prograis can hurt him. So
but Prograis didn't look that great. Like he didn't look that great his last time out, but it was his homecoming fight. I'm gonna chalk it up to that. He was at home, after not fighting at home for like years, I think he said. So maybe, that whole, how, when some fighters fight at home, they don't always give their best performance.
I think he's getting old and, he's slowing down a little bit. And he fought a few guys, after Taylor that weren't on that level. And he was able to win, But I think Kevin is going to be the fresher of the two fighters and the younger, and is going
Yeah.
to get a decision against him. Some people call Haney pillow fists. You know, he has no power, but he does
We'll
have
see.
power.
Well,
He moves.
yeah. Listen, if he didn't have power, people will be able to walk straight through the jab,
That's right.
and they're not. So
What do you think, Nathan? Jump in here.
I'm trying to set up this thing.
This is the obvious move, and we talked about it, didn't we? Didn't we say that he would make this decision and he would go for the easier fight?
Yes, you were right.
I mean, I guess it's an easier fight. Like it's just it kind of irks me when like they're like, okay, he's ducking Shakur to go fight Regis. Regis is the heavier guy. He's moving on to other things.
If he fights him and loses and is allowed to keep his belts, he can take some easy fights and he can just politic his way out fighting Stevenson. I know Stevenson is a mandatory for the.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to set up like Stevenson versus Lomachenko for the vacant because they're going to pressure him to fight. Like Bob Arum is going to pressure Haney to fight one of his guys, because either Lomachenko again or Shakur, because they're in a position to do that. I gotta get to these things. I'm trying to get to Showtime, because it's on Showtime right here.
Yeah. I think it's pay-per-view, right?
Yeah. I'm about to buy the fight. I'm about to get to it. But what's next?
What's next on that list?
Michael Hunter. He's about to fight in the Team Combat League. You heard about that, Nathan?
Nathan, Earth to Nathan.
Didn't he have a fight in this competition about 6 months ago, where he had a fight? I believe.
Now, what is this? Oh man, what the fuck is this?
The Combat League is kind of like a weird thing with rules of boxing in it and something else. You know.
Okay. Now, well, I know when I went to go see a Versus, right? Was it last year or the year before that? When he fought in the Garden, he fought some dude on the card, but they had like a hip hop battle, Dipset versus the Lox, and he was fighting on that, like the opening act or something. What the hell is
in here?
okay?
Didn't he beat somebody in one round in the last time he had to fight one of these fights? I believe he beat somebody in one round with a spoon or something. I can't remember.
Did he beat Witherspoon?
Yeah,
Chad, you talking about?
He's 5-0 in the Combat League, yeah. So he's
okay.
Yes, he did beat Witherspoon. That's correct.
I'm not sure how
He did.
It's a bit weird. I think you have 1 or 2 round. I don't know how it works.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something. I was watching some fight last week, right, where they actually had tag teams. These dudes, and then they had one where it was like all of them was fighting. Like nobody was on teams, but it was just weird. I've never seen a tag team boxing match before.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, now let me see. Can I?
You know what? I'd rather Michael Hunter just came back and fought a real fight against, even if it was against a nobody. Based on his last performance, there isn't a lot left. I don't believe. When you got to draw Jerry Forrest.
He's making a career. He's trying to make money.
Yeah, because I mean, if he can't get big fights, he stay busy. At least he won't be inactive.
Have fights against nobodies. Even if you fight 3 times and it's against nobody, just take a fight just to get a victory, get your name out there. He's been fought for 2 years, for nearly 2 years. He's a 34-year-old man. That's not good enough.
No, it ain't, because he loses your timing and all of this other stuff.
He's lost whatever he's got, whatever he had, it's gone. I mean, when you look back at his career when he beat what's his name McCall 6 years ago. You know, 5
Kuzman. Didn't he fight Kuzman?
I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He beat him. Yeah, he beat him comfortably.
And he fought Bacoli too, right? Didn't he fight Bacoli and beat him?
Not Bacoli.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, he got some decent names on his record though. Only 40. He only lost to what? Usyk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was it. And Hearn dropped him after that, didn't he?
But I hate to break this to you guys. That was 7 years ago.
I thought Hearn dropped him after he didn't do the like he got dropped after just before he went on that Thriller stuff,
He
Yeah,
got
that's
dropped
right.
the
by
versus stuff.
Jerry Forrest. Yeah.
No, he was saying Eddie Hearn, he was under Eddie Hearn's umbrella, but Eddie Hearn let him go.
Eddie Hearn dropped him, and I don't know
Yeah.
why. To me, that made no sense. You had to go. I think because he got a draw with Povetkin, that's when Hearn thought, well, he's not got it. You know, ridiculous. We remember at the time we all picked Povetkin to beat, to lose to Hunter, didn't we?
Yeah, I think. Well, hey, it got damn him to fight Dylan White and get beat up by Dylan. I mean, beat Dylan White and then lose to Dylan White because that was Povetkin's last 2 fights, right? With Dylan White, right?
Right.
He fought Hunter before he fought the Dylan White fights.
Yeah.
Ah, man, it's damn. Yo, I'm about to.
Right. What's the next thing?
Hold on. Let me see.
What do you got on there?
Let's have a look. Oh God, it's coming up with another. Did you hear about? Says Hearn eyes Conor Benn return for September. Huge fight in December.
Yep.
Did you guys hear about him getting cleared by UK?
Yeah, I heard that. And the WBC is going to reinstate his ranking or something like that. So
No, they dropped him. Oh, they dropped him from the rankings. They're going to reinstate him.
Yeah, they dropped.
yeah, I believe that I thought that's what I read.
Let me look for a new one.
Okay.
Let's have a look here. Let me have a look. Oh, it says here Conor Benn cleared by UK and free to box in the UK again.
Wow.
And then first, yeah. And it says Conor Benn, another article, Conor Benn. Sorry, carry on.
No, go ahead, Nathan.
At least he can box in the UK. But if I was in his position, I wouldn't bother with the British license. I would just get a Luxembourg license. I just wouldn't box under the British license again if I were him.
I mean, is it more lucrative if he's able to fight under the British with a British license? Is it more lucrative for him?
He can go and fight in Emirates, can't he? He
Saudi.
can go and fight in the Arab states. You know, doesn't need.
Yeah,
to
he
fight
could go and fight.
Why
Yeah.
would you want to fight for a governing body that never wanted you to, wanted to ruin his life? I think somebody's going to get their asses sued here. Seriously, I think it's going to get that. It's that bad.
Will he fight Eubank on the comeback, or is he going to fight somebody? He's probably going to fight a nobody first.
Welterweight, somebody like another Chris Algieri kind of guy.
Yeah. He probably do that. A Sammy Vargas again.
Oh God.
Some
Wow.
washed up has been from the grave.
Yeah.
Well, truth be told, he was coming up and he was looking strong. He was pushing guys
But
around.
was that the drugs?
Right.
Yeah.
You can't tell. You can't tell now how good people are if they was, me personally, I don't think I think it takes more than just injecting some steroids or PEDs in your body. I think you gotta actually work out.
He's got talent.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I remember watching him when he fought Sammy Vargas, and then when he fought Algieri. Remember when he beat Algieri and he knocked him out
yeah.
with a huge knockout? And I'm like, where did that power come from? 2 years ago, you didn't have that power. So where did that come from?
It came from a pill.
He had his
He must be
Pac-Man.
working hard.
He had his Pac-Man power pellets.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember when Povetkin was juicing for a few years and he was knocking everybody out really horribly, really those nasty knockouts.
I have it from good sources that Manny Pacquiao was also juicing too.
Yeah, he did.
That
Yeah.
he came up.
Yeah,
You know,
he was definitely taking a Pac-Man power pills.
right? Definitely is right.
But there's always going to be that. There's always going to be that question mark over his career, isn't there? And he's always going to be classed as a cheat now. You know what I mean? I think.
It's
Yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I was gonna say if he's not looking good while he's under this tight scrutiny, then yeah, they'll be like, yo, it was all the drugs. It was all the drugs that made him what he was. But if he looks like he was doing like if he continues with his extension, then he should be he should be okay. Like his reputation should be okay
You know what the problem
moving
is?
forward.
When they should stop letting him do media interviews. He's stupid. When he talks, he comes across as really dumb. Some of the shit he comes out of, they shouldn't let him anywhere near a microphone. They need to give this boy some media training, which is what he should have had from the word go. He's so honest, he can't keep his mouth shut. You know, just don't let him speak much. You know, I mean, seriously, he just puts his foot in it, doesn't he? I've never taken drugs in my life. And then he's crying on interviews. I'm thinking, don't do this shit. But he doesn't watch with people. You know, if you cheated, admit to it and just apologise. You know, the British fans are fairly forgiving. You know, will forgive anyone if they're honest.
Wow. Well,
Right, let's move on.
hopefully he doesn't stick his foot in his mouth and ruin his career.
Well, he probably would. Yeah. Nigel Benn was the same, but the difference was Nigel Benn was a world-class fighter. Yeah, that's the difference.
Hey, just so you guys know, I'm at the dance studio, and one of the people from Dancing with the Stars is here. One of the stars.
Which one? Shall we move on anyway?
Yeah.
Versus Inoue. Explain this to us. So I'm not following this.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, they're talking about Manny Pacquiao versus Inoue.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's ridiculous. Freddie Roach is saying, I could see it happening. Yeah, in your dreams, pal. You know, it's not going to happen. I mean, Inoue is so much faster right now and sharp, and Manny isn't.
No, Manny, yeah,
Do you guys think Freddie was like oh, he can do it.
That's a pipe dream. Speaking of Inoue, did you want to talk about his fight now, being that it was brought up?
Is that next?
Yeah.
Is that on the list? Is that on this?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we would segue into that. Like, since we was going to have Inoue up, we was going to discuss him. He smashed Portland.
Oh, well, you know, did you notice this? I'm going to ask you guys, because you watched the fight. I don't know, Nathan, did you see it yet?
I haven't managed to see it yet. No.
Okay, did you notice when they were doing when they met in the center of the ring, I could see something was off with Fulton. He was like, I think the event overwhelmed.
Was too great for him. Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, I think the event overwhelmed the guy.
And then you got to go to Japan. That's not a familiar place for you. I don't know that he came there. I think he came like last week. He didn't go over there once, like weeks prior himself to the surroundings and all of that.
But, you know, he didn't really start fighting until the fourth round. And then he started pushing forward, you know, it started to become a match. And he was doing well, but he got clipped with that right hand. And then he went down. That should have been called a knockdown and an 8 count at that point. But he got back up and he got caught with the left hook.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think his career is over. I think he still got some fights in him. He was thinking about moving up anyway, so he might as well make the move up and maybe rematch Figueroa up there.
Maybe.
But anyway, you know, he got 200 titles. All he needs is that other guy to fight him, and then he could be undisputed in the 2 weight divisions.
Yeah.
He only one fight away from being undisputed.
he was just he was the bigger man, and he let Inoue take the initiative of those first 3 rounds.
Yes,
And he looked like he was avoiding him rather than getting his respect.
exactly. He should have been throwing them punches when the new is clipping him. He should have been punching them right back.
Yeah,
But
it's like you're in my territory now.
yeah,
You know,
so
the way I see it, guys, is Inoue is a good fighter, but he does have certain styles he can't cope with that well, like when he fought Diné. You know, certain different styles he can't cope with. Oh, that this sort of style of Fulton, he thrives on it.
Well, I thought mentally he wasn't fully there. So that
yeah, I'm gonna give you that one. I think that was part of it too.
Yeah, I mean
But we've
physically he
also got
was.
the thing of saying Fulton is a world-class fighter, right? Too small for the weight. He needs to move up.
Yeah, yeah.
And the fact that Inoue is stronger at this weight and Fulton probably can't make the weight in. So, you know, for me, it's like this fight has probably made Inoue look better than what he actually is. If you put into
I think so too. You know, like in my opinion, and this is just on the pound for pound talk because they talking about he the best fighter in the world now after this win. I don't. Yeah. I mean, I don't do a top 10 list because I think this like pound for pound. It's like the pound for pound guy, and then everybody else is under him. But like so, I don't think people should be losing a pound for pound spot so easily. Like the way each fight, somebody's moving into a different position on a pound for pound. It's like I don't think that if a guy is, go ahead.
Of boxing and the way people move up in weight. If you get hammered, you can move up another weight, win a world title. So we don't really know. You know, Fulton had never really fought anybody on that level, had he? Really, you know, nobody of that elite level.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. The guys he got the belts from was decent fighters.
They were.
So you know, it's. I mean, and it was a good win for Inoue. Like you know, that's a good name that he had on his record and all of that. I don't want to take nothing away from him, but it's like slow down because this fight tonight is going to really determine who's the best pound fighter.
I believe that Inoue is fighting at 2 weights higher than what he should be, but because his body, obviously, you get older, it's harder to keep the weight. But I think Inoue, you know, he could probably go another weight class up. But then after that,
so featherweight.
Yeah.
I think
lightweight. He could go up to lightweight and cause problems.
I think eventually, that'll be his max lightweight.
Right. I don't see him beating Shakur Stevenson or any of those guys.
Nah.
Don't see him.
None of those are lightweight now. No, he would have to fight some of the guys that's moving up from super featherweight with him to maybe beat them at lightweight. Or
I mean, even Tank Davis could hand him his head at this point.
Yeah,
he would quite easily. Yeah, but so Inoue is just a guy who's had good matchmaking and had some great wins along the way. You know, I'm not going to take it too much. Paul Butler is not a world-class fighter.
Oh hell no! Look, I want to see him fight the Asian veteran. See if he could knock out Rigondeaux.
He probably would. Yeah, he'd kill Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux at this point he's nobody now, isn't he, Rigondeaux?
Yeah, he lost his little mojo a lot. I mean, he's still a small fighter, but he lost a lot of stuff with him. And you know, inactivity, not being able to be in a steady fight schedule.
Go on, I mean, he's 42 years old. We need to
that too. That too.
Well, that does it for Inoue. Where are we at? Yeah.
Kambosos.
Yeah.
Oh,
He beat Maxie Hughes.
For the illustrious IBO title.
Yeah, I don't think he won that fight.
yeah, I thought.
I think Maxie won that fight.
You know, it depends on the judges. You know, they reward.
It was a hometown decision. Decision.
And they rewarded him for being more aggressive and not landing as many punches.
It was in America. George ain't from America.
Yeah, it was in America, wasn't it?
Yeah, George ain't from America. He's from Australia.
No, but I know he is. Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like I said, even the commentators, they was like, "Yo, Maxie won like 9 out of those 12 rounds." Like it was crazy that they gave Kambosos like a score of 117 or 111 or some
That was
craziness.
ridiculous. That was definitely
Yeah.
ridiculous. That
One
was-
dude had it a draw, one had it, and the other two had it for him. I'm like, yo, that was crazy.
Definitely so.
I mean, but you know, he hopefully the people that seen him know that he feel that he won and they give him another good fight. Maxie, that is.
Yeah.
Didn't he beat Josh Warrington? Or no, Kid Galahad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He beat Kid. Yeah, he beat Kid Galahad. So yeah, he deserves another shot.
Yep.
And they took his damn IBO title from him.
I thought Maxie won.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
But you know, you don't get rewarded for good boxing, a lot of these guys. He looked aggressive. He wasn't landing too many punches, but it was like, I don't know what the judges are looking at, man. In some of these fights, I really just shake my head and go, what the hell? You know?
Yeah, like when they like 1 or 2 rounds off from each other, you could like say, all right, they on different sides of the ring, so maybe what they're seeing the other one didn't see, or what the other one saw they didn't see. So that might be a reasoning for like 1 or 2 round difference. But you got one dude calling the fight a draw, and then one dude saying that George won 9 rounds. Like, come on now.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Canelo, the first GGG Canelo fight, where that one judge gave Canelo like rounds he clearly lost.
Yeah, like
That woman judge, I forgot they didn't use her again. She was so skewed, it was ridiculous.
cool. It's not Adelaide, right? Adelaide Bird.
I think it was her.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having problems getting this damn pay-per-view on.
The problem with this is I think Maxie Hughes, as a result of this, will get bigger fights. Will get more big fights. You know? He'll get.
Well, he should at least. He should at least get another one at least.
He'll get another fight.
Yeah.
What I think will happen is I think Kambosos will vacate the IBO title in his next fight, and then Max Hughes can fight for it again.
You know, this was an IBF eliminator. So this is supposed to be for the IBF title, and if Haney does move up to 140, then Kambosos will be in line to fight for the IBF title.
Yeah, they're not going to give Max Hughes a rematch. There's no way they're going to give an unfashionable fighter like Max Hughes a rematch. No way. No. Unless the money.
George already said that. He's like, I ain't fighting him again. I won that fight. Maybe down the line, but we ain't doing next.
That's fine. If you brought that fight to the UK, Kambosos would lose. And I tell you, he'd probably get. He can thank himself lucky. Seriously.
Well, Kambosos is hanging on. You know, what can you say? You know, he gave us a great show against Lopez, and there you go. You know, he was a champion, and now he's just going to be what he is, and don't expect anything else from him. You know, he's not knocking people out left and right. Yeah. What else you have there?
They don't want me to watch it.
This one. Logan Paul, KSI commit to October fight for separate fights. Commit to October for separate fights. Yeah, wow. What do you guys think of this?
I think they're making money, is what I think. I think Logan Paul has lost some sheen since he lost to Fury's brother. Yeah. So they're just making money. They're carrying on doing what they're doing.
I get the two brothers mixed up on who's fighting who. I thought Jake was the one that fought.
Jake Paul is the one that lost to Fury.
Jake Paul lost to Fury. Logan lost to Floyd, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he did it in an exhibition.
and he was so much bigger than Floyd. It was
It was
ridiculous, right?
embarrassing.
Yeah, it's like a cruiserweight versus a junior welterweight, a junior middleweight.
Right. Now, did you see how much bigger? I mean, so much bigger, and it was a draw. I don't know how they called out a draw.
It was never a draw. Ridiculous.
No, it was like Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. being a draw.
It wasn't classed as a professional fight, was it? It was only an exhibition, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it was the next what the Tommy Fury Paul fight.
That
Yeah,
was
that
a
was a
proper
real
fight.
fight. That was a real fight.
Yeah, I think that was a real fight.
That was, yeah, for sure. Because they went to the scorecards and there was a winner and all of that.
Jake Paul does have a bit of talent.
I thought it was I thought it was a no Fury won.
Yeah, he did. For sure. Oh man. So what else? Anything else we got there?
I think that's about it. You were going to.
That was it on the list.
Yeah,
but
Tom was going to mention something else, weren't you?
Who, me?
That wasn't. Yeah.
Oh no, we already covered it. That Haney announced he was going to fight Progress. So it's definite. That's what I added to that. Yeah, we talked about that already.
Let me see what else is in the news. Then give me 1 second. Just pause some bit. Where else is it? I couldn't pull inside. So, right, I'm just pulling up this now. Spence Crawford. Roger.
Did we discuss the Fury is going to fight the MMA guy?
Geez.
Oh no, we didn't do that.
Jeez.
Is that for sure?
Slapping Jamal Charlo. Oh,
Nugano.
Yeah, he's supposed to be fighting him. That's supposed to be official.
I don't know about it being official. I thought they were still talking about it. Did they actually sign a
no, it's
contract?
going to happen. Will happen.
Oh, okay. Well, the guy's dangerous. Big, dangerous puncher. I mean, if he does land it on his head, he could hurt.
but Fury ain't going to let that dude punch him like that. He outlasted. He got back up after Wilder's punches, so.
Right. But, each time you go down like that, you get weaker.
Yeah, it takes a little bit out of you. So, but I mean, he ain't a boxer. Homeboy ain't a boxer. I think he's not gonna have no luck being able to fight him.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
Right.
I've got something else to discuss. Did you guys hear about Tony Bellew who wanted to come out of retirement and fight for the Bridgerweight title?
That's the dumbest thing I heard in a long time. Why would he do that? He should stick to the Creed movies. He's making more money.
Yeah, he itching to get back. Yeah, he should. He itching to get back in the fight. They probably won't have another Creed movie until the daughter get older.
I think he's finished. I think that fight against Usyk was it for him. He doesn't need to do anything. He won his world title. He made his money against.
And he has sports announcers. Don't he do commentary on Sky Sports or one of them shows? One of the channels?
Yeah.
He does.
He's keeping a paycheck.
Guys, I've just heard the result. Tellez has stopped Sergio Garcia in 3 rounds.
Ooh.
Better hurry up and get this thing on.
I think that's everything. We'll be back next week. If we're not going to be on a Friday, it'll be on a Saturday.
Oh, wait a second. Before you go, Spencer and I have to say, you were right again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you call it.
Yeah,
Right.
about the Louis.
Tell you guys the secret to picking a fight. Just look at the fighter's last performance, look at their body language, what they say in interviews, and you can just tell. We've been doing this long enough to know the professional fighters. Like, I'll give you an example. I was in a pub one time, right, full of my friends who know nothing about boxing. And I said, this guy's going to win. I said, this is the reason he's going to win. This is what round he'll drop him, and he'll stop him. This is the tactic to you. And they'll look to me and say, how do you know so much about boxing for someone who doesn't do it? And I said, And I said, all you have to do is watch and look at the body language.
That's right.
Yeah, I used to, but I guess I haven't stopped doing it in the past few fights. I like looking at their training footage leading up to the fight and see how they look in their training with the training footage. So, man,
You know, Spencer, we have to remember, like Floyd used to say, when you get out there, it's different. And that's what happened to him. That's what happened to Fulton. He wasn't ready for that stage.
no.
I'll
And he
give you an
folded
example,
mentally.
right? I play sport which is unrelated to boxing. I play like table tennis. I play it competitively in the league, right? You can tell, it's like boxing, you know who you're going to beat most of the time, right? And you can tell by people's body language if they're up for it or not. You've got them beat. I've had people beat before I've even played them, just by looking at them, looking at in the warm-up, you know. Like,
So
if
you're
you're
the
training sparring somebody, you can tell by sparring somebody if you have a chance to beat them or not, because you're feeling them out what their processes, how they work, how they, what their shots are, You can kind of tell.
You're the Mike Tyson of table tennis.
Not really. But anyway, back to boxing.
That was a joke. Come on.
Yeah. But in boxing, you can tell if someone's good enough. I mean, if you watch Christopher Lovejoy, when he fought that other guy, and that was the first time I saw him, I thought, this guy looks dreadful. And when Charles was fighting against some other guy, journeyman, before he fought Joshua, I could see that he likes to go on the ropes. So if you're on the ropes against someone like Joshua, you're going to get knocked out, aren't you? Because you're easy to hit. If you're lying on the rope, you're easy to hit, right?
Mine might have been another case of that same thing, that that moment was too great for him.
It was, yeah.
He got paid $5 million to go over there to fight.
He has a good reputation. He got his reputation back. He's not, he'll never be world class, but he's a good journeyman.
Check 1, 2.
Tom doing the check 1, 2s.
Yeah,
right,
baby.
guys, we better pack up. I'll see you.
All right.
We'll try and do something
thank you.
midweek, or if you want.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Good
Bye,
show.
okay,
All right,
bye,
man.
guys. See you
Later.
Take care. Ciao.